Some of the best places to find the greatest deals on camera equipment is going to be eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and word of mouth. People that you know. When you go and you buy things from people, when you go and buy it, just be like, hey, do you know anyone that's selling this or that or whatever? Because some of those people that don't even have the go-to to put it and post it online are going to be some of the greatest deals you can get. As soon as I've started, I rolled that into better gear, and it has greatly improved the speed, quality, and my own desire to learn more about photography and videography and push myself that way, because I'm like, dude, I got $3,000 sitting here that needs to be used. What is going on, you guys? My name is Daniel, and welcome back to the channel where we go everything mirrorless Canon cameras. I have the EOS here, and I'm shooting on the M50. That is you currently on the other side of the screen, the M50. And today we're going over how you can afford gear like this. This is a $3,000 setup, at least when it was new, and this one's at like $500, and I'm in Europe where everything costs an arm and a leg, and specifically Finland, where VAT, the pretty much sales tax for everything, is a quarter of what you paid. Like, mind-blowing high. Everything is so expensive here. But I've been able to, I've been unemployed this entire time, but because of that, in a way, I've been able to hustle into this gear that I have for a fraction of the cost. And it's allowed me to go from shooting on a 600D to shooting with this EOS in under 6 months. And I've done things like gigs for embassies, companies, all sorts of different things. And how am I able to do it? How am I able to afford this gear having no job right now as I wait for a visa? So let's get into it. Roll credits. One of the first things, I used to have and run a YouTube channel about money. It was called Money Recall, and it was a total failure. Every first YouTube channel is almost always a total failure, and this is my second one to launch. The greatest thing that's allowed me to, at least when I kickstarted my journey on photography, is I went to meet this business dude. I flew up north
down in Finland, and I'm Finn and living in Finland all my life, and the last 10 years I've been running various of businesses from tech to real estate.
Like, yeah, you should just do YouTube for all these companies down there and be their not salesman or whatever it is, but like the face of the company online. And so like, oh cool, so I need to buy myself a camera so that I can start learning how to do this on my own, because I was only using my iPhone. So I went from an iPhone D6, 600D, D6, 60, EOS. Wow, that came out really choppy. And so how I was able to jump through this gear so fast is A, I got some gigs, and B, I sold, right off the bat, I sold 1,500 euros worth of stuff out of my apartment that I never used anymore. I sold suits, I sold watches, I sold shoes, I sold all sorts of random stuff that I didn't use anymore. I had chess games, chess boards, all sorts of stuff, and I just sold it. And it's amazing how much of the stuff you just never use that just sits in your house. I can't even remember half the stuff. That's why it was so hard to come up with the list, because I just sold it. It never got used. Boom, gone. Make it go away. But it takes a lot of time to do that, and not everybody has the time that I did to go back and forth with people on Facebook Marketplace and buy it. But another one of the reasons is I haven't bought a single piece of my gear off the shelf. Not a single piece of my gear has been off the shelf. Almost all of my gear, except for actually this flash, has been purchased from someone other than a store. One of the greatest things while purchasing secondhand gear is to be patient. It can take, sometimes there's just no gear that you're looking for that is on the market right then, and being able to have the time, buying things in advance before you need them and keep looking out for them, is a great way to have the best quality and the best prices for it, because if you're rushing and you need it right then, you're just going to go to the store and pick up, like I did this flash because I needed it the next day. If I had been looking 3 months in advance for this flash, I could have picked this flash up for 80 euros here in Finland, but I ended up paying 170 for it. So I pretty much cost myself 100 euros just by not looking in advance for this flash. When you do that, it allows you to save so much money. I was able to pick up everything for at least a third of the price. The Nifty 50 I picked up for 40. That runs for about 100 and something. The great thing about gear like this is that it retains its value mostly. If you buy the cheaper end stuff, it will reduce in value so much quicker. But you're able to also swap out your old gear for new gear, and that's another way that you're able to do it. One of the greatest ways though is to just hustle more and take yourself and put yourself out there and say, hey, you know what, with the gear that I have, I'm gonna go try and make some money with it somehow. Whether it is doing portraits for people, taking pictures of their dogs, events, birthday parties, product photography, videography for people, starting a YouTube channel like this and trying to, hustle until you can make money with it and, have a good strategy about how you're going to do that. I do not recommend doing anything dumb like going into taking out a loan for your gear unless you are a business, which businesses can write stuff off and do, and that's totally different. But as an individual, I don't recommend that. Hustle and do what you can to get your hands on that money. Sell things. That's the biggest thing, is just sell stuff you don't use anymore. Save up money. Keep it saved somewhere. I had an envelope where all the money that was going towards it, I just stuffed the cash in there, and then I ended up paying cash. Well, of course I was dealing. Anyways, and just keep it in a separate area, because if it's in your regular bank account, you're going to spend it on pizza and stuff. But it's in a separate account, then you're going to be able to use that much more effectively on your gear. Make sure that I've rolled almost 100% of my money from my gigs into gear again. So from the beginning, as soon as I've started, I've rolled that into better gear, and it has greatly improved the speed, quality, and my own desire to learn more about photography and videography and push myself that way, because I'm like, dude, I got $3,000 sitting here that needs to be used. If I only had that 600D, I really wouldn't feel compelled at all to go out and shoot, to get better or anything like that. And so it's one of the great things about having better and newer gear is A, you can do more with it, and B, you need to teach yourself to do more things with it, because otherwise you are missing out on your money's potential through your own inactivity with it. And I hope this video helped you out, helped you inspire you more than actually be technical, because I'm sure that most of you have already been thinking these things. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Daniel, and if you enjoy this journey and all these videos that I'm creating about the ESOR and M50, don't forget to like and subscribe. On this channel, we go over everything mirrorless Canon cameras. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.